During the First World War, the British and Commonwealth troops used the SMLE rifle, that's the short magazine Lee Enfield. That was in .303 with a 10-round magazine. It was first introduced in 1907 and went all through the First World War, all the way through the Second World War and beyond. It was a very accurate and reliable rifle, very iconic for the British Army. The boots are, they're First World War, but they're officers' boots. But I believe that the Australian soldiers wore brown boots, that's why I've used those. Then going further up, during the First World War, the Australian infantry always wore breeches, unlike the British Army who wore trousers. These particular breeches and the puttees, the First World War, but they're American. I've not been able to find any First World War Australian uniforms. I've seen odd bits for sale, but it's so expensive I couldn't afford them anyway. Then we've got the jacket, that's a replica. The original ones, they were made a lot better quality than the British Army, of the softer material. They even had a gusset down the back for easier movement, just a better thing all round. And on the shoulder, they would have brass badges with Australia written on, and on the collars they'd have other brass badges. Then on the sleeve, they would wear cloth divisional badges. That's a replica. I'm not sure whether that's the right way up or the right way round, no idea. But there's another fellow YouTuber. If you look up Cody and Steve Down Under, he's an Australian guy. He's done a couple of videos on the Australian light horsemen in the First World War. Very interesting. If you ever get a chance, just look them up. And I'm sure if he's watching, he'll let me know if I've got them the right way round or not. Then we've got the leather equipment. That's based on the British 1908 pattern cotton webbing equipment. But at the start of the war, there was a very severe shortage of cotton webbing, so the Australians made a set of their own out of leather. And I have heard stories that some of the leather was made from kangaroo skin. Then again, I'm sure Steve will let me know if that's right or not. Then going up to the top, we've got the slouch hat. Very iconic for the Australians in the First World War and the Second World War. The backpack is a British made one. It's a 1914 pattern. It has cotton webbing case and then the straps are made of leather. Later on during the war they got rid of all the leather straps, they didn't bother with those anymore, they were made of cotton webbing as well. Then we've got the entrenching tool case, that's leather as well. When I got that, the chap that came from Australia, the chap sent me a bit of information on who the original owner was. Then we've got the leather canteen cradle, that's original as well. In fact, all the leather equipment is all original and it all came from Australia. From different sources, but it all came from Australia. This is a 1914 dated model. An experienced soldier was expected to fire 20 to 30 aim rounds a minute. It had an effective range of 550 yards, but a maximum range of 3,000 yards. To get that long distance, they had what's known as a volley sight. They have this lever here, you turn that, and it's all calibrated there to the distance you want. Then you flick up this, and then there's a hole in there which you line up to that blob there, and that gives you your long distance. And also on the earlier models, they had a magazine cut-off. That was so you couldn't accidentally load the rifle. But as the war went on, they did away with both all the magazine cut-off and the volley sight. They found those weren't needed anymore.